Hi everyone. So, are you a Mac user and want to start building React apps? So, in this video, I will show you step by step how to set up a React on Mac OS. Even if you are a complete beginner, let's get started. So, as you know, React runs on the Node.js. So, we have to first of all install the Node. So, you can go to this website nodejs.org, and here if you see you can get an option to get node and you can go to this download section. You will see a option where you can install the node.js using the command line, as well as you can even install a macOS installer.pkg file. So I will go ahead and I will download this pkg, that's installer. So this standalone installer will help you to just get rid of all these commands and directly install the node.js. Yeah, the installer is not got downloaded, so you can double click on it, and this is now we started with the installation of a node.js. This is just a guide, where it's telling you where the installation will, the node.js will get installed. If you want, you can copy this information if for any future use, to future purpose. This is the one agreement. We can just go ahead, continue, agree, and also it is not telling you how much space it is going to take on your machine or on Mac OS. Yeah, so here you need to enter a password to install a software. Pretty much Mac OS thing. Since we are downloading the software from a third party or a website, so this we have to enter a password here. So now the installation of a Node.js is done, and now it's telling the to keep the space free. It's telling us to put the Node.js installer to the thresh because it's installed now. To check whether it got installed or not, we will open the command terminal. And if you, in case if you don't know how to open a terminal, you can just hit command plus space and you can type terminal and you will get this terminal. Now to check whether the Node.js is got installed, you can type a command node-v. As you can see, the node got installed and the Node.js version we have is 22.20.0. We can even check the npm version as well. As you can see, the npm version we have is 10.9.3. And to get started with the with React application, we'll first of all we'll create a folder for our React application, that is a React project. I will name it as a React project or a projects. Then sorry, it's just dir. Now I will go to this React projects. I will clear my console. Then I will hit a command to create me a React app using a white or a wheat, and then I will name my React app as my app. As you can see, it started. It is telling me to that okay, it need a create with package to create a React app for me. I will say yes, and it is asking me to select a framework. Since I am going to be create a React app, I will select a React only. And then it is asking me for like which language I'm going to use in this application. So I will say I wanted to use JavaScript. You can, if for many of the people you might be need a TypeScript, so you can select TypeScript. And to select this variant at the selection, you can just use your arrow keys, top or down. You can go by using them. I will choose JavaScript. And using rolled on white, it's experimental, so I would say I will go with the head with a no only. And install with an npm start now. Yes, definitely I want to install the packages, and then as you can see, it started, it created a project. Now the project is as well as live as well. So the local host 5155173. Yeah. Our React app is now live, and I would also like to open this React project in my VS Code. So for do that, I will open my VS Code. It got open. Then I will go to the open folder. And since my project is on React Stop and we named it as a React project, and now a React application, which is my application, I will click button on open, and you can see that our React app is now open. Yes, since I am the author, I can trust it. Yeah, so here our React application is there, and if you want to stop the application running from a command, you can just hit a Control C, and there's the React application got stopped. And if you wanted to make sure, you can just do a refresh, and you can see the React application is not no more running. Now to start again, you can even run your React application from a VS Code terminal. You can open a new terminal, and since you are already my app, so that you can directly hit npm run dev. Yeah, so now our application is running from our VS Code terminal. If I go ahead and again I will refresh, you can see my application is live now. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment. Yeah, that's all for this video. We can install the MySQL on our macOS operating system. So install a MySQL and MySQL Workbench. First of all, we'll type a MySQL in the Google or whatever the browser you are using. You can use that, and you will see a link where from mysql.com. We'll click on it. We'll go to the download section directly, and we'll you can just a little bit scroll down, and you will see this MySQL community GPL download section. We'll click on that. Now see, we have a lot of things which we can download as a community version, which means it's a free. Now first of all, we will be installing a server, then we will going to install the MySQL Workbench as well. First of all, I will go to the MySQL community server. I will click on that. Now since this MySQL website automatically detects my operating system, it is suggesting me to use the macOS. If it is detected wrong, you can click on this drop down. You can use the operating system you are using right now, and you can select that. And now you see that we are having a different options here, like ARM 64-bit or x86 64-bit. And this is like if you are using a M1 M2 or our chip M3 M4. Since I'm using M4, so I will go for this. But if you are using any older MacBook which is having a Intel based chip, you can use this option. And if you are not sure which chip is used in a MacBook, you can directly go to this Apple icon. You can go to this about this Mac. You will see the Apple chip name here. If you are seeing something related to Intel, then it means that you need to go with this option. If you are seeing something related to M1 M2 M3 M4 or any other versions, you can go ahead with this ARM based installer. So since it's a DMG, I will go ahead and I will click on the download, and it's suggesting to do a login or sign up. I don't need that. I will directly say no thanks, just start my download. Now it will download. I will select a folder, let's say download folder, and it will download it. So now you can see that our download is started. We'll wait for some time. It will take a 50 or 30 seconds. Since my internet is very fast, it will be downloaded. But if your internet is a little bit slow, wait for some time. It will get downloaded shortly only. In the meantime, what we can do, we can also go back and 2 times go back, or if you again you can come back from the starting, and you can click on this MySQL Workbench, and you can choose same thing. If you're using a M1 M2 or something, you can go ahead with this. If you're using a Intel based chip, you can go ahead with this x86. Since I'm using this MacBook M4, I will be going ahead with this, and I will say no thanks and just start my downloading. Now you can see my MySQL server is now downloaded, so I will go ahead and double click on this one. Now you see there is the one installer package.pkg file is there in this. I will double click again, and this is now asking me, okay, so it's Apple security, so it is asking you to whether are you sure about the installing of this MySQL software or not. So you can see yes, we are sure. Now this is just an introduction. You can go ahead and go ahead with the continue, and it's a licensing, you need to agree with this. So yeah, you also have option to install for all the users of this computer, or you only wanted to install it for a particular user. I will go ahead with for all the users, and this is going to be this is asking how much space it is going to take. And if you wanted to change, because this is going to be directly install your own Macintosh SD, and if you wanted to install in some other location, you can change your location as well. I will go ahead with this default one. I will say continue. Now since it's a Apple, so we have to enter our password before installation of any software if we are doing from outside. Yeah. Now this is asking for a set up a password. Please remember this password. This is a one-time password. You have to enter it, and now this password is going onward. This password is going to be used everywhere wherever you are login into your MySQL. For now I will keep a password simple only. But yeah, first of all you need to first of all you need to fulfill all the criteria that is written over there. So my password was short, so it was not taking it. Now I can say finish. Again, one more time, you have to enter your Apple ID password. Now you can see our MySQL is now installed, and I can say okay, now put the installer into Thresh. We don't need it anymore. So now you can see that our installer is now went to the Thresh. Now I will go ahead and again I will install the Workbench as well, because I wanted to make my life easier. I don't wanted to go ahead with the time command line and do the stuff. I will install the MySQL Workbench here because it makes our work easier when we work with a Workbench. It means when you work with a UI. For that one, you need to just drag this MySQL Workbench logo into this application folder. It is now copying this one. Yeah, so now this is now done. I think we can now close it. Now you can open your application and you will see MySQL Workbench over there only. If you're not able to find it, you can type as well, you will see that. Now we can open the MySQL Workbench. It's saying since I downloaded from outside, you guys sure want to open it. I will say yes. And also if you wanted to make sure if your MySQL is running or not, you can go ahead with the setting. You can click on the setting, and then you can directly go. If you wanted to know whether your MySQL thing is working or it is running in the background or not, you can open your setting, and you can see that the MySQL is in the bottom of your settings, and you will see the what all the instances are active. Since we are only having a one instance, so you will see only one here. You can even stop MySQL server here, and if you wanted to do some configuration or look into some configuration file, you will see all the location of all the configuration files location here. And you can even configure whether you wanted to start this MySQL when your computer starts up or not. You can configure this here. Yeah, and if you wanted to delete this MySQL, you can delete it from here as well. So this is what we can do to make sure that things are working. Now we are on the MySQL Workbench, and since by default MySQL's run on 3306 port, so it is suggesting us to connect with that port all itself only. Now here you need to enter the password that you have entered. Remember I told you to remember that password, to keep a note of that. So I have entered my password. Connection warning, it is now connecting. Since it's Apple, so you are getting a warning since it's trying to connect with the server with MySQL. Now we can to check what all the database we have. We can run a command show database. Now you can see we have some default databases here. Now if you wanted to create your a sample database as well, you can do that. I will create database. I will execute this command, create database demo. Now this command got executed successfully. You can see that. Now if I will do again this show database, you will see our demo database is also there. So this is all done. So this is all what we have to do for the installation of a MySQL and MySQL Workbench. I installed MySQL Workbench because it makes our life way easier than dealing with the command line interface. Yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you. And if you're having any doubt, please let me know in the comment box. I will definitely going to answer each and every comment. Thank you.